programming coming up in the new year. And if you have programming suggestions, please email us at station@chmafm.com. Would love to hear from you.
CHMA wants to share your local events with the community. There are 3 ways to reach us. You can visit our website at chmafm.com and submit your local announcement under community news. You can email us as psa@chmafm.com, or you can call us at 506-364-2221 and leave a message. We would love to hear about your events.
The time is 9 o'clock, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
Hello. Well, happy holidays and Merry Christmas Eve Day. This is Clinton Davis with your local CHMA News. Today, I sit down with the person behind the 4th annual 12 Days of Giving campaign in Tantramar to talk community and more. But first, if you haven't heard, a boxing program is inviting people to try something different in Sackville. Jungle Fowl Boxing is offering beginner-friendly boxing sessions in a supportive, low-impact environment with equipment provided, and the first week is free. The program includes access to a full boxing ring, heavy bags, speed bags, full-body workouts focused on functional strength, and more. Sessions run Mondays from 7:30 to 9 p.m., Thursdays from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Organizers say all skill levels are welcome. And EOS Eco Energy will be hosting discussions in the new year to help gain feedback for the municipality of Tantramar's climate change adaptation plan. The first will be held in January in Dorchester, while residents will join EOS representatives for a discussion and community risk mapping activity around extreme weather events and to provide their insight into how the changing climate is impacting them. The event, set your calendars, it's set for 5 to 7:30 p.m. on Friday, January 16th at the Dorchester Veterans Community Hall. Organizers say there will be refreshments and door prizes. RSVP by emailing climatechange@eosecoenergy.com. And if you're feeling to go out or just looking for somewhere to be tonight, tomorrow, or Boxing Day, the Thirsty Whippet in Sackville is going to be open. They're offering a place for people to gather during the holidays. The pub's going to be open from 2 to 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. In a social media post, they framed the decision as part of a long-standing holiday tradition. Anyone looking to escape the kitchen, just head in after a walk, or simply to enjoy a cozy pint and some festive cheer in their own words. The pub is located just moments from, let's say, downtown Dorchester. And now it's time for our feature story. Yesterday marked the end of the 4th annual 12 Days of Giving holiday campaign. It's an initiative that, as of yesterday, says is celebrating 48 donations over 4 years, with a total of $50,000 given to date. The money is donated to local organizations like food banks, schools, youth programs, senior services, and animal shelters. And the donations in questions are not from large corporations. These came from local realtor Jamie Smith through thatjamieguy.ca. Acknowledged as a marketing campaign by Smith himself, it is far from low-cost exposure. These ad dollars aren't being put towards digital marketing campaigns and billboards. They're being put into the community of Tantramar. I spoke with Smith. I asked him why and how this all started 4 years ago.
I was looking for a way to basically just do supporting the community. A big part of it was supporting the community, I guess, that supported me. So that's kind of how it started.
What began as a small idea has now grown into an annual campaign that Smith says he can't imagine stopping.
I mean, it was, I guess, a little bit naive in the start. I didn't think it was going to become like a 4-year plus thing. It's kind of unstoppable now. I don't think I can stop doing it. But it was, I guess, a learning process for me, for sure.
For this year's mission, Smith worked with Rich Vibes Media out of Amherst. He says the addition of video documentation of the giveaway changed the way he executed, learned, and presented the initiative, allowing him to spend more time inside each organization and better understand the work being done.
I guess the biggest difference this year would be adding the video component. I was able to bring along Isaiah Richardson from Rich Vibes Media. Bringing him on, I think, added a whole other layer to the videos. And kind of, I guess, just delve into what these groups are actually doing.
Smith says he had fun, taking time to learn to skate with the junior hockey team while expanding his love for the arts by learning to play the recorder at one of the local schools. Smith says part of the fun is choosing which organizations to feature, which is largely personal. However, some places of giving are mandatory, according to him, like schools and the food bank.
I guess the ones that I would say are like non-negotiables for me, of like the ones that I will always do every year. Like I always approach the principal at each local school, like in Sackville, Dorchester, Port Elgin, and just like ask them like, what's the need? The food bank is always the first one, because I think it's such a basic need.
Throughout the campaign and on his socials, Smith makes a point of sharing specific ways people can help, whether that's donating, volunteering, or dropping off supplies. And he's quick to downplay his own role.
I mean, there are so many volunteers that are doing a lot of things in Sackville, but they're kind of the unspoken hero, the unsung heroes, like that we don't know a lot of what's actually going on. So that kind of became a bigger part of it, highlighting the charities rather than actually just giving money away. I get to go around with the check and like have all the fun, but they're doing like all of the work all year long. Like I always thought I knew a lot of what was going on in our community, but that's it's every year's a learning process for me to figure out, you know, what are charity groups actually doing.
On other days, Smith says he faced some of the more sobering realities of the need in the community. After 4 years, he says the biggest thing he's learned isn't tied to one moment or story, but to the scale of need across the community.
The level of need in our community is overwhelming. So when you meet with some of these groups, it does take your breath away a little bit of how much need there actually is. In like a seemingly well-off community, there's just such a wide array of deep need that a lot of people aren't aware of.
And he says that need has only grown in recent years. When asked if the Tantramar community could look forward to a 5th anniversary year of giving from Jamie Smith of thatjamieguy.ca, Jamie's answer was yes. Questions, comments, or story suggestions, you can reach me anytime at clintondavis@chmafm.com, and you can read this article and more at chmafm.com. Web articles are usually available around 10 a.m., or you could subscribe to our newsletter and get them hot off the press. With your local CHMA news for Tantramar, again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I'm Clinton Davis.
Thanks for that, Clinton. CP News is taking a break as well for the holidays, so we don't really have any Atlantic update for you because it has been updated since the 21st, but we do have some local briefs put together by our very own Katie Tower, and we'd like to get the word about the big one here that it's a local figure that everybody loves. It's about Deanne Fitzpatrick. So this is I'll just add this to the news, not necessarily an Atlantic update, but just some extra news for you. A renowned Amherst artist and studio owner, Deanne Fitzpatrick, received national honors last week as she was awarded for the Order of Canada during a ceremony in Ottawa. Fitzpatrick was one of 28 members invested into the Order of Canada on December 11th, along with one companion and 2 officers. 8 Meritus Service Crosses and 24 Meritus Service Medals were also presented as part of the Meritus Service decorations. The Order of Canada membership recognizes distinguished service in or to a particular community, group, or field of activity. Fitzpatrick is credited with helping to revitalize the traditional art of rug hooking, elevating Nova Scotia's standing in the craft. Through her business, publications, education, outreach, and designs, Fitzpatrick is a globally recognized textile artist who shares her expertise worldwide and promotes the history of the craft in the province. Her art, renowned for its vibrant colors and patterns, graces private collections across North America and permanent exhibits in Canadian galleries and museums. Governor General Mary Simmons, in awarding the recipients, said, "Today we celebrate not only your talent, expertise, and years of dedication to your building your careers, but also honor all the lives you've touched with your work." And congratulations also goes out to Thaddeus Filoni, who's recently given the awards from the Governor General, and Graham Patterson, who also received, another local artist who received a big award last week as well. Congratulations to all those Sackville and area artists. Also let you know about something that's coming up in the new year, and I've already seen a couple posts about it coming, about people who are signing up for it, but the CHMA is getting ready to welcome 2026. Thoughts will change in the local governance for the municipality. Municipal elections are set for May the 11th, 2026, and voters will have the opportunity to cast their ballots for a new mayor and council in the municipality of Tantramar. The municipality, which is divided into 5 electoral wards in the 2022 election, will once again elect one mayor and a total of 8 councillors. Residents of each ward will vote for their own councillors, while everyone can cast their ballot for a new mayor. One vote for their councillors, while everyone can cast their ballot. One representative will be elected from Ward 1, one from Ward 2, and 4 from Ward 3, one from Ward 4, and one from Ward 5. If you're interested in becoming a candidate or for a general guide to the election process, information is available on the Elections New Brunswick website. You can also contact 1-888-858-8683, and you can find out more information on who can be a candidate, nomination papers, election advertising and campaigning, and more. Nominations for candidates open on March 23rd and close by April 10th. Advance polls will take place May 2nd and 4th. And I've already saw a couple of folks that have been putting their hat into the circle, so that is going to be an exciting time coming up this spring. All right, we're going to be right back with your weather update.
Hi there, I'm Jeremy McLaughlin, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
Thanks, Jeremy. Here we go. Let's take a quick look at what the weather is. It's not going to be a white Christmas this year. I mean, living in Sackville, we've had our fair share, but it's a very spring-like Christmas coming down. For Wednesday, the 24th, Christmas Eve, mainly cloudy. Well, let's take a quick look at the current conditions. It's -10. Wind chill says it feels like it's -14 outside today. Not a lot of wind. It's pretty calm out there. So it's a beautiful, beautiful walking day. That's what I would say. I walked in here and I thought, oh, you could just keep walking all day long. This is a beautiful, good hike day. A good hike day, you know. But the forecast, 7-day forecast, says that it's mainly cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries throughout the day. Wind up to 15 kilometers an hour, high of -5. Wind chill -16 this morning, -10 this afternoon. Mainly cloudy tonight, wind up to 15 kilometers an hour. Low of -10, except -17 inland. Wind chilled -11 this evening. Cloudy with the snow beginning in the morning around 5 centimeters, wind up to 15 kilometers an hour, high of -6, wind chilled -15 in the morning, -8 in the afternoon. For Thursday night, cloudy periods with a 60% chance of flurries and a low of -15. So we might get a little bit of a white Christmas after all. Coming in sunny for Friday and a high of -10. Friday night clear with a low of -13. Mix of sun and cloud and a high of 8 on Saturday the 27th. Saturday night cloud appears with a low of -12. Mix of sun and cloud and a high of -3 on Sunday the 28th. Cloudy periods and a low of -9 on Sunday night. Flurries, high of -4 on Monday the 29th. Flurries with a low of -6 on Monday night with flurries. And Tuesday the the 30th. A mix of sun and cloud with a 60% chance of flurries and a high of -4. So I know a lot of people travel during the holidays, so I hope that's some good news for folks that do have to be on the roads and be on planes and trains and automobiles and all that stuff, because it can be pretty dangerous this time of year if there is a lot of snow. But the weather looks like it's pretty calm. There is just that 30% chance of flurries today, and perhaps some snow tomorrow on Christmas Day going into tomorrow night. So hopefully that isn't something that impedes your travels. So yeah, there you go. That is your weather. Coming up next in this segment, we have, I was kind of hoping that Onver's getting the weather in there, but he doesn't have it in there just yet. So we'll get that in for 12 o'clock. But let's hear from Brian Nielsen again about the sports update for today.
Hello, I'm Erin Brubaker. I used to be the director of spoken word for CHMA, which you're listening to now in the heart of the heart of the heart of the Maritime region.
Last night, 2 games before the Christmas break in the PWHL, the Ottawa Charge come back to defeat the Toronto Scepters in overtime 4-3. The late game saw the Seattle Torrent with a 2-1 victory over the Montreal Victoire. In the NHL, a full slate of games start in the early afternoon with the Toronto Maple Leafs defeating the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-3 at home. It took overtime for the Red Wings to get by the Stars 4-3. Rangers with a 7-3 victory over the Washington Capitals. Canadians all over the Boston Bruins in an original 6 battle, a 6-2 final in that one. Sabres, they defeat the Senators in Canada 3-2 in overtime. It was the Islanders with a 2-1 victory over the New Jersey Devils. Florida Panthers 5-2 victors over the Carolina Hurricanes. The Nashville Predators on the rebound, they get a 3-2 overtime victory to even up their overall season record at 16-16. Flyers with a 3-1 victory over Chicago in Chicago. Colorado Avalanche shut out the Utah Mammoth 1-0 to move to 27-2 on the season. Edmonton Oilers pummel the Flames in a Battle of Alberta 5-1 final in that one. It was the Golden Knights shining bright against the San Jose Sharks. They win 7-2. And on the strength of 3 second period goals, the Seattle Kraken defeat the Los Angeles Kings on the road. 3-2 final there. Whole bunch of games in the association last night, including the Toronto Raptors moving to 18-3 on the season with a 112-91 victory over the Miami Heat on the road. It was the Hornets by 17 over the Wizards, 126-109. Nets defeat the 76ers, 114-106. Monster fourth quarter comeback by the Chicago Bulls. See them squeak by the Atlanta Hawks, the 126-123. The Cavaliers with a 23-point victory over the visiting New Orleans Pelicans, 141-118. It was the Bucks over the Pacers, 111-94. Patrick Watson missed a three-pointer as time expires, and the Dallas Mavericks hold on to defeat the Denver Chicken Nuggets 131-130. In Big D, it was the Timberwolves by 11 over the visiting New York Knicks, 115-104. Knicks resting most of their starters in that one. The San Antonio Spurs, for the second time this season, they defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder, this time in convincing fashion, 130-110. At home was the Suns by 24 over the Lakers, 132-108. The Grizzlies defeat the Jazz, 137-128. Magic squeak by the Trailblazers, 110-106. Pistons all over the Kings, a 136-126 final. And in the nightcap of nightcaps, the Los Angeles Clippers come back in the second half to defeat the Houston Rockets, 128-108.
And thanks very much for that, Brian Nielsen. We will not be back tomorrow morning. It is Christmas. So we're going to take a day. And we will be back on Friday, Boxing Day, with another sports update, some banter and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think the other CHMA regular hosts are planning on sticking in their little 1 hour time slots. That is the plan. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They've been given the option to not as well. We got an incredible holiday rotation. And, I got to say, I've been going around a bit, and I've been checking out other rotations. I might have even been listening to a bunch of other radio stations and a little store. And I still got to say, ours is kind of the best. It's got a lot of new classics. Yeah, I learned of a couple new songs that absolutely blew my mind and became a standard for me just this year. So I was it's always glad to get a new classic. You know, it's pretty rare. It doesn't happen too often to me. Maybe like 3 or 4 times a year I'll hear a song that gets put into the classic bin that I'll keep coming back to. So I found a new Christmas song that's a favorite, and that's always a fun thing. And somebody else, Megan Ingman, also didn't say it was a favorite, but she said, "Oh, that's a good one," and I agreed. So I'm glad, I'm glad we get to add to the giant holiday mix list canon of tunes that are out there. So yeah, keep that dial locked to 106.9 FM. It's mostly holiday mixes these days, and it's pretty easy to listen to. We always have the old Democracy Now! Coming in at 1 o'clock, so that takes a bit of a bump, but that is important programming that we stand by, because Democracy Now! Talks about issues that are not generally represented in that same kind of way in mainstream culture, and it is also the only source of international news that we have. So it helps us stay updated that way as well. So you can still expect Democracy Now! So we were going to do, usually around this time, we do a little community update, so you know what's happening in and around the marshes. And, it's the holidays, so people are taking holidays. And if people aren't putting up info, we can't really pass it along. But there was one that came up yesterday, and I can't say for sure whether it's been resolved or not. But Main Street was closed at Walker Road due to a water main break. Traffic is being detoured around that area, so if you're going out that way today, just take a look. It might still detour might still be there. There's no big update on that. Water boil advisory hasn't been issued, so hopefully they got that all figured out. Yeah. But otherwise, we're letting you know about the Dorchester annual polar dip that's coming up on January 1st. That's always a good thing. And there's we have it in our someone's got a spot in rotation, and I believe it's in our community calendar that there's some celebrations that happen around that as well. And they'll be having a barbecue at it. It's always, it's a great tradition here in the marshes and over in Dorchester to take up. So that is the Dorchester annual polar bear dip. And what else are they talking about? Compact Appliance Limited donated $10,000 for the Grab a Seat campaign, which goes a really long way. It's a lot of seats. So they wanted to give a big thank you for that giant donation to help the Civic Center. And just letting you know that you have a few more hours before the municipal offices close at 12 p.m. December 24th. So you can still, if you need to go down and get a nomination form perhaps for the Crown of Winterfest. If you know a senior that's gone above and beyond, you got a couple more hours to run down and grab one of those things. That's kind of a local update. I'll just throw in a community calendar update as well. You know what I was hoping to do? And maybe I might be able to get this together, but probably not. Depends on how well I can navigate this thing. There are a couple services. If it's the thing for you to do, to maybe go out once a year to a little church service, then I saw at least 3 or 4 that were open and encouraging. One of them, of course, is the Christmas Eve service that is happening at the Main Street Baptist Church at 7 p.m. tonight. And as Brian just mentioned, there is services down at the Presbyterian Church down on Bridge Street. And I can't remember those times because my brain is a sieve. And I did see a couple of more, and I'm just going to go on one more little bit and see if I can see. There's a candlelight service today at 6:30, 14 Church Street, and let's see who's putting that one on. You, dear listener, probably already know who that is, but Christmas Eve candlelight service, 6:30. That is over at Church by the Lake. So that's a lovely, lovely thing to do. We did it once when my family, parents were visiting, the kids were little, the whole gang of us took a streetcar up to Bloor Street and went to the church that is at Bloor and Bay. And I don't remember what church that is, but we were there with a few hundred people, and it was a really glorious time to go out and do that kind of thing. It was this year. Our family, we went to the Elm Street String Quartet over at the Mount Allison Chapel on Sunday night. Thanks to Green Slades for putting that on. That was a really lovely time. But yeah, that's there's three there that if that was your kind of thing, then you can you go check that out. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with right now for. Oh no, there was another one. Wood Point Baptist Church. I don't know about the Wood Point Baptist Church. That is 382 Route 935 here in Sackville. So that's way out in Wood Point. Maybe that's the small church out in Wood Point. I drove by that many times, but I didn't. It seemed like it's a well-kept building. I think that's the one. I can't be sure. But they are also doing a service at 6 p.m. today. So again, that's 382 Route 935 in Wood Point. So you can check that out. A couple of things coming up as well over the holidays, just to let you know about. The Lady Titans alumni game is going to be this Saturday at 5:45 at the Civic Center. There also is a home game versus Riverview after that at 7 p.m. At 223 Main Street. So if hockey's your thing, then you should go out and check that out. I think I've gotten enough to make you feel informed and somewhat entertained, I hope. Steve Haley and the Star Family Singers are going to be playing a show next week on December 30th. So yeah, there you go. There's your CHMA community updates at 9:26 on Christmas Eve. I feel fine with letting us move into some music with that. I will let you know about the Rain Barrel and then Rain Barrel pre-sale, and then we will move into some music. How's that sound? Here we go.
Open Sky Co-op and EOS Eco Energy are teaming up for a Rain Barrel pre-sale fundraiser. For just $75, you can pre-order a high-quality recycled rain barrel to help conserve water, reduce your bills, and support a greener community. Pre-orders are open until December 31st, 2025. Barrels will be available for pickup at the Open Sky Retail Greenhouse in the spring. To reserve yours, email Open Sky or EOS Eco Energy or call 506-536-4565. Support your community and enjoy eco-friendly water collection at home.
And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantjamar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com.
Okay, I'm wrapping up the Christmas Eve CHMA second half of the morning, our morning show, and got some music. I'm gonna get jazzy. I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit, some Christmas jazz standards, and then we'll get into some our regular holiday rotation, which is going to include some Canadian stuff, some American stuff, some deep cuts, some popular things, all across the board. I am going to play for you favorite of mine, Charlie Parker, White Christmas. I got some Joe Pass with the Angels We've Heard on High, and then John Coltrane Quartet with Greensleeves. And Greensleeves is a tough one for me. But as I mentioned earlier, we're at the Elm City String Quartet, and I asked Obe. He was there, and I said, "What was your favorite of that whole evening?" And he said Greensleeves. And when Obe says something, I always take it with a great deal of seriousness. And I've never been a big fan of any version of Greensleeves I ever heard. And I thought about it a little more, and then I looked it up, and I saw the John Coltrane version, and I checked that out, and then I was like, yep, Greensleeves, rock solid, can't be beat. So check that out. This is take 4 of Greensleeves, but that's going to be coming up. Well, you know what? Let's just switch, because I've already talked about it enough. So let's go straight into John Coltrane Quartet with Greensleeves, and then I got Charlie Parker with White Christmas, Joe Pass, Angels We've Heard on High, and then I've got a set put in there to take you to the 10 o'clock spot. I'm going to play some Diane Kroll, Let It Snow, Good Lovelies, The Garland, Ria May, Give Me My Presents, and then what else can we throw in there? Let's see. Let's come up with some. Since I mentioned Obe is a big Devo fan. Is it too early for Devo? I don't think it is. I think it's okay. We're going to play Snowball from Devo. And I also want to play